Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be playing around with some new drugstore makeup. I've never tried any of these things before, so if you'd like to see me create a tutorial using some new products, please keep watching. So the first thing that I'm going to be trying out is from Wet n Wild, and this is the Photofocus Luminous Primer Stick, and it's in the shade Dew. It kind of looks like a deodorant, but we're going to try this out. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's going to be super hydrating, but we'll see. Yeah, this does not feel hydrating at all. I mean, it looks like it's like leaving a kind of glitter-ish stuff to my skin. This just looks like a shimmer. Let me see. You can see that. It has like a slight shimmer to it. Feels pretty greasy. I'm not really exactly sure if you rub this in or press it in, so I'm gonna kind of do both. Ugh. Not a big fan. Like, I have dry skin right now, and this just feels like it made it even drier. Like, this didn't give me any kind of hydration at all, and it says dewy. Oh wait, no, it says luminous primer stick. Okay, so I can see the luminous part. You can see a little bit right there, but yeah, this isn't gonna work for me just by itself because I need more of a hydrating primer. I feel like I've tried better luminous primers, so I'm gonna go ahead with a pass on this. Not a big fan. This might be better for people that have oily skin, but this just made my skin feel more dry. It's a great start to the video. So I just went ahead and added some of my e.l.f. illuminating primer mist on top of that because I can't do the rest of my makeup with just that stick, or the rest of my makeup's gonna look bad. So I don't have a new foundation to try out. I never try new foundations when I do these full face of first impressions because I want to use a foundation that I know that I like, so it gives all these products a fair chance. And then I also like to do dedicated foundation review videos, stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this off camera. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I'm mixing the shade 202 and 206, so I'm gonna apply that and I'll be right back. I seriously forgot how much I love that foundation, so you're probably going to be seeing me wear it in the next few videos, probably like the rest, I don't know. I'm just going to keep using it until I get tired of it and I want to switch it up, but that foundation is so dang good. So for concealer, I'm super excited for this. I'm going to be trying out the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Concealer. This is what it looks like. I like that it comes, oh wait, no, I guess you can still open it. I was going to say, I like that it comes in a box and not just by itself with like no packaging, because then maybe people like won't use it and then put it back, but I take it back because you can definitely still open the top here and get it. So hopefully mine's already open, but I can't remember if I did that or somebody else. I have the shade Fair 10. This says it has a paddle applicator. It has up to 24 hours of wear. It's waterproof, transfer resistant, smudge resistant, lasting transformation. So we'll see how this wears. This might be one of those concealers that would be really good if you wanted to do like a no makeup day or just like light coverage and you got this in the same shade as your entire face, and then you could just like kind of spot conceal. Because I noticed that if I just try to do the whole like I'm only wearing concealer days like underneath my eyes and like around my nose, like where I get red, then and I use like this light of concealer, like it does not look good. So I think it looks better if I wear a concealer shade that's the exact same shade as my face. So I thought that I would just throw that in there. But anyways, let's go ahead and try this out. I really like that it's in a tube. That's an interesting applicator. I feel like something else I used has this too. So let's just start out with a little bit, I guess. Ooh, I love this applicator. It feels like it is thicker, but super creamy. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit more. I kind of like that when I pulled it out, the applicator wasn't like super like saturated in product, you know? Sometimes like applicators are just like so covered you apply like way too much, but this one seems like it has the right amount on it for everywhere I want to conceal. Oh my gosh, okay, I love this. It kind of reminds me of the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, but just like a smidge thicker, but still like super creamy. Okay, knock on wood, I might have found my new favorite concealer. So I'm going to press that in first with my Morphe E45. Ooh, I really like the shade of this too. I actually thought it was going to be super bright, but it's not. Oh my gosh, I love this, and I haven't even blended it in yet. Oh wow, that looks so good. I mean, I feel like I could even get a lighter shade, but I feel like this is the lightest shade. That looks so nice. I wouldn't say it's necessarily like full coverage. Full coverage to me would be the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer, the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, or what's the newest one I found? The Amazing Cosmetics Concealer. Like those to me are like full coverage. But I mean, this looks good. I would say this is definitely medium coverage. You could probably build it up, but I gotta be careful with my under eyes because if I put too much stuff underneath there, that's when I crease. So I would prefer just to leave it like this. I'm gonna press everything else in with my sponge. Oh my goodness, I love this concealer. I'm gonna, like for real, after I get off of here, I'm gonna get on Ulta.com and order a darker shade so that way I could wear it by itself when I don't feel like wearing a bunch of makeup. I love this. I love this. I love this. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a little bit of cream contouring. I always cream contour my nose, and if I forget, I hate myself because powder, contour, bronzer, whatever does not look good on my nose. Like only cream products do. I don't know. My nose is super finicky. So I want to try out this Jordana Sculpt and Glow Creamy Contour Stick. This is what it looks like. I think I found mine at Walgreens. This is in the shade Light. Another drugstore contour stick I like is the Wet n Wild Oaks on You. But the Oaks on You I have is more of like a warm contour, and this one's definitely like gray undertoned, which it's been a minute since I've used a gray undertone anything because I've had a tan and then a fake tan and all sorts of stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and cream contour my whole face. I love this brush to blend out any kind of cream, bronzer, or contour. This is from Japanesque, and it's supposed to be the CC BB cream brush, but I don't like it for that. This does blend out really nice. You can see I'm barely applying any pressure, and it's blending out so easy. So I really like this stick. I think I'm gonna look for a warmer shade of it so that way I could use it in place of a bronzer if I wanted to, because this is good for contouring for sure, but sometimes I don't always contour my entire face. I mean, I always contour my nose and my lips, but I don't really contour my whole face all that much, not all the time at least. So it'd be nice to have more of a bronzer shade, and then I can just put that everywhere and then be done and not have to add a powder bronzer. But I think this is really nice. The undertone is nice. Very nice. I feel like it looks like a natural kind of contour as well. And then you can just screw it up if you need more product, and you can screw it down when you are done. I don't have any new brow products, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill my brows in off camera, and then I'll be right back. So to set my face, I'm going to be trying out these two powders. These are also from Maybelline, and this is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder Foundation. I have the shade 102 Fair Porcelain, and then I have the shade 120 Classic Ivory, which I was going to attempt to use to set my whole face. So I saw somebody on YouTube use this shade and this product to set their under eyes. But like I said, my under eyes can't, well, my entire face can't handle a lot of makeup or it starts looking super cakey. So I'm not sure how this is going to look on my under eyes. I normally have to use like some kind of translucent powder underneath there and then a brightening powder on top. So we'll see what this looks like. I guess we'll set my under eyes first. So it is a little compact. I kind of want to get one. Well, we'll see how this goes, but I would be open to getting a darker shade for when I have a fake tan on and then trying this as a powder foundation, because I've been seeing a lot of people do that on YouTube lately where they put on concealer first and then they go in with powder foundation. And I don't know, I kind of like that because then you don't have to set powder foundation, right? Like I always have to set my cheeks and my forehead if I want to apply bronzer, blush, and highlighter, but I think it would be cool if I didn't have to do that. That means less product for my dry skin, less powder products for my dry skin. I don't know. I'm going to try it out. So you open it up and this is what it looks like, and then you flip open the top and there is a mirror and a little sponge, and I've seen everybody use these little sponges in the powder foundation compact as well. So I'm going to be trying this for my under eyes. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm not going to regret this. So I'm going to be using my Real Techniques setting brush, so I'm just going to go through real quick, and I was about to use this as a mirror and there's no mirror there. So I'm just going to go through here and get out the creases. But that Maybelline concealer underneath like barely even creased. I mean, it creased right there where my lower lash line is, but every single concealer does that. But other than that, it looks so good underneath there. I probably don't even really need to set it, but I'm going to. Alright, so now I'm just going to dip this brush in the powder. And I'm just going to lightly press that on top. I mean, since this is a powder foundation, I would think this would give me some coverage as well. What do you guys think? I think it like really brightened underneath there, and it doesn't look like super, super heavy. I'm just setting the rest of the areas that I put concealer. I mean, it looks good, like from a distance, right? Like it looks so good. And then up close, I'm like... Now I'm going to go in with the shade 120, which actually might be a little too light for me to set my whole face, but we're gonna try it anyways. The back of this says it's 16-hour wear, full coverage powder foundation with long-lasting matte finish, lightweight and comfortable, fade transfer resistant, controls shine. I need to do like an updated favorite brushes because this brush from Morphe, like I don't think anything's gonna replace it. I've tried so many powder brushes and this is the only one that works for me where I don't have to keep going over and over and over my face to where it's not sticky. Like I think it's because it's so dense, it just really packs that powder in there and I don't have to keep adding more powder. This is the Morphe E1. Seriously, this is going to be like my holy grail powder brush. I don't think anything's going to replace it. So I'm just going to dip it in here like that, and then I'm going to press it into the areas I need to set. Oh wow, that just gave me like a really pretty like airbrushed look to my skin. I feel like it set my skin really nice too, and I still look kind of glowy. Like it didn't totally matte out my skin, but this, wow, I wish you guys could see that in person. Sorry, my light's just messed up. I wish you guys could see this in person. It just looks beautiful. Like it looks airbrushed and matte, but not like overly matte. I don't feel like it really altered the shade of my foundation either. Like I thought it was gonna make my skin like way too light, but it didn't. It looks so good. For bronzer, I guess we're just trying out a bunch of Maybelline products. I'm going to be trying out this Maybelline Master Bronze. This is the Bronze and Highlight Kit. This is what it looks like. This has been around for a while, but I've never tried it. So I'm not going to try the highlighter because I have another highlighter I want to try, but I am going to try the bronzers. So here's the highlighter. Is that 2 highlighters actually? Hold on. All right, you can see here. So here's the highlighter. It looks nice and natural, but like you could probably build it up. That's really pretty. So I think this, is that supposed to be another highlighter? Hold on. I can't tell. Like, to me, it looks like a bronzer. It looks like there's 3 bronzers and then a highlighter. But when I touch this, it kind of looks like a highlighter. So I think these 2 might be highlighters and then these 2 are bronzers, but this one could pass for a contour shade. I don't know. I'm like kind of confused by that. So you do get a shimmery warm bronzer and then more of like a contour bronzer shade. So I'm gonna just put the shimmery one on. Why not? So I'm gonna go in with this one right here, and I'm gonna use my Morphe R2. So if you don't like shimmer, you probably won't like this, but maybe it doesn't really show up on the face. I guess we'll see. I'm not a big fan of the pan size. But it is a pretty shade, and it doesn't look like the glitter that you can see in the palette showed up on my skin. So that's the warmest bronzer shade. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of this shade over here. It's kind of more like the contour shade, and I'm just going to add that too. I'm just going to switch to a Luxie 1010. This is a small contour brush. And apply this. I think the contour shade in this Maybelline bronzer palette, bronzer and highlight palette, goes really nice with the Jordana contour stick that we used. I'm still weirded out by that other shade. I have no idea what that other shade is supposed to be. So normally I wouldn't put powder on my nose, but I kind of want to try those 2 shades on my nose. So I'm just going to take these 2 mixed and apply that to my nose and see what happens. Okay, so this doesn't feel like a super dry formula or super like, how do I describe this? I want to say a thick powder, but that doesn't really make sense because it's a powder, but like, I feel like it's buildable. It's not like super pigmented. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So I feel like this is a really nice palette to use because you can just layer it and not just do like too much at once and then you can't get it off, you know? But I feel like this formula looks really nice on my nose too, and not a lot of powders do. Alright, for blush, I'm going to be trying out the Makeup Revolution Pro 4K Blush Palette. This is in the shade Peach. And you get these shades right here. This one right here is more of like a blush topper, has like a lot of shimmer in it. So I think I'm just going to go in with this one right here, maybe like a smidge of that. I don't know, we'll see how pigmented this is. So I like how this one has, it's like they're all peachy shades, but the one I'm using has kind of like a pinky undertone, and I like that. Okay, they're pretty pigmented. I barely dipped my brush in there and I tapped it off. I have mixed feelings when it comes to blush like that. Like sometimes I like it when the pigment is just there so I don't have to keep like dipping in and piling it on, but then I almost prefer one that you have to build up because that gives me like more control. But these are matte and this shade's really pretty. So I'm just gonna kind of focus. See how easy it is when these are like too pigmented to like apply too much. So I put, let's just try to use all of them. So I put this one mainly in the middle. Let's take the darkest one and apply it kind of like a blush contour, if you will. let's apply this to the outer portion. That one's so pigmented. These might be really pretty eyeshadows too. Oh my gosh, do you guys see that? So we're kind of doing like a gradient effect. I don't know. Sounded good at the time. Now I'm going to take the lightest shade here and apply that close to the apples of my cheeks and blending it into the middle. Ooh, I really like all these shades. Ooh, they're really pigmented, but I really like them. They're so pretty, but they're so pigmented. Look at that. That's crazy. So let's try the sparkly one here. I'm just going to show you guys right there. It's kind of like a peachy pink shimmer. I'm just going to take this brush right here. This is a Morphe R3, just like a tapered powder brush. I'm going to dip into, I'm going to dip into this shimmery shade, and then I'm just going to sweep it. So yeah, that one definitely has like a little bit of a pink shimmer to it, but it's pretty. It's like a pinky peach. You can see. That's so pretty. Like, this is gonna be so pretty for the summertime. I feel like it looks good on my fair skin, and I think it would look really good on medium to deeper skin tones as well. This is gorgeous. I'm gonna leave this out so I can continue to use it. I really like this. They also have two more shades of this too. They have a pink one. I have the pink one, but I can't remember. There's one more shade of this too. I just don't remember what it was called. Okay, for highlighter, super excited. I actually saw this at Marshall's yesterday, and it was like $5. Like, I think I paid $15 for this, but yeah, it's at Marshall, so go check it out. This is the Makeup Revolution times Soph X highlighter palette. So you get 8 different highlighters, you can see here. So the 2 on this side are more subtle, and then when you start working your way this way, the more pigmented they get, from what I can tell. So I'm just gonna, well, actually there's one in here that looks pretty subtle. Hold on. Just going to swatch these. You can see. What's that supposed to be? That's weird. So if you guys remember the Makeup Revolution contour highlighter palettes, I think they came in a pan of 8 little circles, but one of these that I touched, this one right here in the corner, feels like that formula. It's like a weird formula. I don't know. There's a purple shade in here too, which I probably won't necessarily be using, but it's nice that there's like different options in here for everybody. So let's start off with one of the shades that's kind of more subtle, and then we'll put like more of a blinding one on. So I'm going to take a mixture of this one and this one. Use my Anastasia brush and apply that to my cheeks. So those are the 2 most subtle ones in the palette mixed together. Really pretty. Kind of looks like a glow from within, and I feel like the more, if you want these to be more intense, you can always get your brush wet, but it's nice that you can leave them more, you know, like a natural glow, or you could really amp them up. Alright, so let's go in with, what's this look like? Just touch the pink one. It's not super pigmented. That might be pretty, but I think I'm gonna take this one right here. It's kind of like a white gold. I'm gonna apply this to the highest point of my cheekbone, like right here in the middle. Let's really see how like pretty it is without getting your brush wet. Like, imagine if you had your brush wet, then it would be like super blinding. Oh, that's gorgeous. And then I'm gonna take a mixture of the ones that were more subtle and just apply them to the apples on my cheeks. I really like how this looks when I apply highlighter here. I feel like it just gives my cheeks kind of like a lift. I'm going to take the Superstay powder again in the shade, what is this, 120 Classic Ivory. This is the one I used to set my whole face, and I'm just going to take my sponge and just, I'm going to go under this to clean it up. Ooh, I think I like I really wanted you guys to see that part, but for whatever reason, whenever I turn my face this way, my lights like get super dark, but this cleaned up that area way better, I think, than using translucent powder. Let's try this side. Oh my gosh, these lights are so annoying, sorry. So I'm gonna try doing the same thing on this side. Oh yeah, I think I might start using a powder foundation to clean up down here, because one, I don't have to bake, it's like instant. Two, I think it looks better. My blush is so dark. This is a Eco Tools bronzer brush, but I like to use it for a stippling brush. I think it works really well. All right, moving on to eyes. We're going to be trying out the Rimmel Magnif Eyes Jewel Rocks edition. This is what the palette looks like, super pretty. So I started doing this thing, well, I've only done it once, but my last full face of first impressions, I did 2 different eye looks because I want to be able to use almost all the shadows, and if I can't use almost all of them, I'm going to use like a fair amount of them to really get a feel for the palette. So I'm going to start doing that in all of my first impression videos. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to split the palette down the middle and do one eye with all those shades and one eye with the other. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 shades. So I'm going to take these 6 shades over here for one eye and then these 6 shades for the other eye. So we'll see what we can come up with. So I'm first going to go in with this mustardy yellow shade and I'm going to apply that to this eye. Again, my only complaint is like I feel like my bigger brushes don't fit into these pan sizes. So I'm just going to use this shade for my transition shade. You can see how like pigmented they are and they blend out really nice. And I always like to build up my transition shades because I feel like if you can't see them, then what's the point, you know? Alright, so we're just gonna do, I guess, yellow on the top and green on the bottom. So I'm just gonna put this mustard shade all over my lid as well. I might use my finger. So I'm just going to really build this mustard shade up. That's a really pretty shade. And it doesn't look like there's too much fallout. I'm going to take this shimmery gold color. It's right next to the mustard shade. I'm going to use my MAC 242 and I'm just going to do kind of like a cut crease without applying the concealer. So I need to get my brush wet, so I'm just going to use my MAC Fix Plus. When I have trouble getting metallic shades to show up and I have to get my brush wet, sometimes you don't even have to, but in this case you do. So I always like to apply it wet and then I wait for it to dry and then I go back over it with my finger, and I feel like that gives me the most color payoff, but it's not very pigmented. So while that dries, we'll go ahead and start on the lower lash line. For the lower lash line, I'm just going straight in with that dark green shade. I'm using a Profusion Small Firm eyeshadow brush. This is the ES4. You will see this video tomorrow of me testing out these brushes, so make sure you check that out, but this is my favorite lower lash line brush. I'm getting like Packers vibes and I don't even like sports. So now I'm going to take this other brush from Profusion. This is a small pointed eyeshadow brush. It's like a tiny tapered brush. I really, really like it. And I'm just going to take the mustard shade a little bit and I'm going to run that underneath, just to blend it out a little bit more and make it tie in with my lid shade. Okay, now I'm going to take the shimmery green shade that's right beside it in my MAC 242. It's still a little bit wet, and I'm going to apply that to the center of my lower lash line. Ooh, that sparkly green shade's really pretty. So I think this matte green and then the metallic green right next to it would look really pretty as an all over lid shade, and then the metallic green to do a cut crease. So I guess I'm just gonna apply this all over pretty much where my lash line is, and then I'm leaving like right underneath matte because I just saw that there's like a green gold shade in here. So let's take this one right here and I'm gonna apply that directly to the center of my lower lash line. See? That's gorgeous. And it kind of toned down that green a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in with my finger and that gold metallic shade, and I'm just going to reapply this on top. I mean, I feel like that metallic gold shade isn't as pigmented as the two metallic green shades that we put on my lower lash line. It'll do, but I feel like it's more of like one of those daytime metallics, you know what I mean? Something that's more wearable during the day, because like, I mean, it looks okay, but it's not my favorite. So to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner, I'm going to take the lightest shade over here. You can see how pigmented it is right there. Let's move on to the other eye. I feel like this palette is like a palette that you would keep if you wanted like a pop of color. Like this wouldn't be like the only palette that you could use unless you use like one or two shades on your lid and then your lower lash line, but I feel like I would need another palette to go along with this is what I'm saying. So I'm going to start off with this matte shade right here. It's the only matte shade on that side. And then I'm going to use my finger and apply it to my lid. I just haven't found like an amazing lid brush, so I almost always use my finger to apply shadows to my lid. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more into my crease. Okay, now I'm going to take the metallic shade right next to it. It's right here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wipe off my MAC 242 and do a cut crease. Yeah, I can barely see it. I feel like the shimmers in this palette would be really good for daytime wear, when you want to wear, you want to like, I don't know, want little pops of color, but you don't want it to be so like in your face. I feel like this palette would be good for that. It's weird. I feel like the metallic shades that you would think would be super pigmented aren't, and then the ones in this palette that you wouldn't think would be are. Like, I thought for sure shade would be super pigmented, but look, you can barely even see it. So I don't know what's going on with that. So when I apply it with my finger, you can definitely see it. So maybe, I mean, but it's kind of hard. You can't really do your whole eye with your finger. I mean, you can, but it's kind of difficult. But you definitely get the most color payoff with a finger, which is kind of annoying, but it's just crazy because like some of these shadows aren't the same, like they're not consistent. And I feel like a couple of the other Rimmel eyeshadow palettes that I have, because they have quite a few of like this whole kind of like concept or whatever, and the one that's like rusty with some pinks is so good. So I was expecting this one to be really good too, but none of the shades are like the same formula. It's like so weird. The metallic shade that we just used for like the cut crease, and I'm gonna apply that all over. It's not like it's really gonna show up that much anyways, but I'm just gonna apply it all over my lid. I really wanted to love this palette, and I'm just like, I mean, I guess for the price, if you have at least 5 good eyeshadows, then it's worth it, but I'm just like, this shade, it's kind of like a bronzy shade, and I'm just going to put that right in the middle, so it's going to be kind of like a halo eye. See, and this one's like nice and pigmented, like what the heck. Like, look how metallic that is. That's really pretty. I mean, it's a little dark to be able to do a halo eye, but oh well. Let's take this blue metallic shade right here and put that on the lower lash line, which is probably what we should have put on the lid, but see, now that's pigmented. That is nice. It's blending out really nice. It's really, really pretty. Kind of got like a purpley, kind of holographic reflect to it. I don't know, this shade alone might be enough for me to say the palette is worth it. That's gorgeous. And then I'm going to apply the kind of like turquoise shade exactly how I did on this eye. So I'm just going to go all across the lower lash line. Well, right up. I'm going to press it right up against kind of like my waterline and into my lashes. Oh, see, now this color looks really nice too. Like these two shades make me want to do like an entire eye look with them. Like on my lid and my lower lash line. That is so pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to flip the brush over. I'm going to take this shade all the way over here. I'm going to pop that in the center. Not sure that shade really did much, but so I used every single shade. I'm just going to tell you every single shade that's good, and then you guys can make up your mind whether or not you think this palette is worth buying. So this one's good, this one's good, this one's good, this is a dud. This one has potential, the dark green one. I think this was a dud, right? No, that one was good. So this one was good. This is good. This is a dud. These two, oh my god. These two blue shades are enough for me to grab this palette again. I love how that turned out. This is good, and I can't really tell with that one. But I think this one's probably like the same. I could take or leave that one. So really, there's only 2 duds, maybe 3, out of all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 shades. So that's not bad. Horrible. I'm obsessed with this. Don't be surprised if in a week or 2 you see me bust this guy out again and do a tutorial with these 2 blue shades, because like I cannot get over how gorgeous that looks. So now I'm going to be trying out this mascara. This is totally random, and I mentioned this in my makeup haul, my beauty haul that I just posted, but during Vlogmas, I stumbled upon some suggested videos. I don't know why they were suggested to me, but whatever. But they're stripper videos, so they're like stripper vlogs and stripper chronicles and all kind. I don't even know. Like, I just went down that rabbit hole and just kept going. So one of the girls was talking about this mascara brand. She said she found it from her like local grocery store or something. I never heard of the grocery store she went to, but I found this on Amazon. This is from the brand Prosa, and it's the Maxi Volume Waterproof mascara, and her lashes looked so good. Everything on here minus that is in Spanish, so I'm not gonna be able to read it to you, which I should be able to because they made us take Spanish from 2nd grade until freshman year. Actually, I took it sophomore year too, and I don't know anything. Like, how is that even possible? Like, how did I pass from 9 years of Spanish and I don't know any of it? I don't know. So I'm going to be trying this out, which is perfect. I didn't even know it was waterproof, and I love waterproof mascara. So I'm going to curl my lashes. That is a big old wand right there. It's not my favorite mascara by any means. Like, I have other ones that I like better, but I do like how it's making my lashes look. I just prefer them to look. This is like a natural looking mascara. Does that make sense? Like, the formula is like too dry. Like, I do like a dry formula, but this is like too dry. And I feel like it's making my lashes separated. It's not really giving me any volume, but it's making them separated, and it looks like it's going to keep them up. So I feel like this is one of those like natural looking mascaras. If you don't like a lot of mascara, you would like this. If you're doing a no makeup look, just wanted a light layer mascara, this is for you. But unfortunately, this is not what I look forward to in a mascara. I mean, it does look like I can build it up a little bit with a second coat, and it doesn't look like it's getting like clumpy. Okay, so it looks better with 2 coats, that's for sure. But I think this is a mascara that I would use on a no makeup day. This is my new favorite lower lash mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess. This is the False Lash Effect Mascara in waterproof. This is so good. I have like no lower lashes, but this makes it look like I do. I'm going to quickly line my lips because I don't have a new lip liner, and then we're going to try out these lip products. For lips, I'm going to be trying out the infamous Maybelline Baddest Beige. Why can't I say that? I think Jaclyn Hill made me buy this. It's been a minute since this was probably the last thing that she made me buy. Actually, she talked about some mouthwash I want to get to, but I just haven't gotten that yet. So I'm convinced that these guys right here are just the Maybelline Whisper lipsticks. Do you guys remember those? I feel like they just changed the name to whatever this is called. I can't remember what this line of lipstick is called, but they just repackaged and renamed, and I'm pretty sure that's what this is. But I'm gonna apply this. That's pretty. It smells good too. I could totally understand why this was her favorite. That's really pretty. It feels really nice and soft. And I like how it has like a built-in gloss to it. Really pretty. I think this would look really great on all skin tones too. But I do have a gloss I want to try as well because I wasn't expecting this to be as glossy. So I'm going to apply some of this Forever 21 High Shine Lip Gloss. Just comes in this tube. I think it was like $1. This is $1.90. This is in the shade Oatmeal. I mean, for the most part, Forever 21 makeup is like a joke, but their glosses are actually pretty good. This looks like a really pretty nude shade, and it's a squeeze tube. I'm just going to squeeze some on the back of my hand. Ooh, looks like super opaque. Ooh, it has a vanilla scent to it. That's nice. So I'm just going to apply it with my finger. Oh, wow. Okay, look at that. This is not a lip gloss. This is a lip color all on its own. That's really pretty though. This is definitely something that I would like with just a lip liner. You can see how opaque it is. Sorry, so my camera died and then my memory card was full. So what I was saying was it feels pretty thick on the back of my hand. It does feel thick on the lips, but it's not uncomfortable by like any means. I actually really like it. I like regular lip glosses that are like a lipstick topper, you know what I mean? So you can still see the color of your lipstick with just like a shine on top. But then I also like super opaque lip glosses as well. So I like this kind of thing. If you don't, I would definitely skip because it is not just a gloss. Like this is your lip color. But I really like the shade of it. I think it's like super flattering. It's a really pretty like pink nude shade. So pretty. So I figured we could go over everything that I tried out and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. So we'll just start with the lip gloss. Again, this is the Forever 21 High Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Oatmeal. Love this. If I didn't think that I would be able to use this for the rest of my life because it's so big and a little bit goes a long way, I would totally buy it back up. That's how much I really like the shade of this, and I just think it looks really pretty. So again, it's super opaque. If you don't like that, then totally skip on this. But if you do like that, I would highly recommend trying this out. And I did get a few shades of this, so I'm super excited because I really thought it was just going to be a sheer gloss. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying the other shades I picked up. Next, we have the Wet n Wild Photofocus Luminous Primer Stick. Totally pass on this. If you have dry skin, you are not gonna like it. Like this tugs, it's not moisturizing. It made my skin feel like even drier. I think if you have oily skin and you want like a natural luminous glow, I think you would like this, but for dry skin, no, do not get this. So after this video, I'm actually gonna put it in my little bin of products that don't work for me, which there's actually not a lot in there. Majority of the stuff in there is skincare because my skin is so picky, but I really don't have a lot of makeup products in there. So it's not very often that I put makeup products in there. So when I really don't like something, I really don't like something because I can pretty much make anything work. But yeah, totally pass on this guy. The next thing that I'm going to be talking about is the Jordana Sculpt and Glow in the shade Light. I really like this. I do think it's going to look the best on probably fair skin tones. I think it might be a little bit too gray undertone for light skin tones. Like I thought it looked nice, and right now I would say it had a light skin tone, not completely fair. but any darker than this, I don't think this is gonna look as flattering, but I'm pretty sure they had different shades. So the formula is really nice. I like how it's like pointed and it blends out really nice. So I would recommend getting this. Plus, if you're new to cream contouring, this would be a great way to experiment and you're not breaking the bank. This is only a few dollars. Again, I think I got this at Walgreens. Next we have the mascara. This is the Prosa Maxi Volume Waterproof Mascara. So again, I think that this is one of those natural looking mascaras. So if that's your thing, I would definitely pick this up. I got this off of Amazon. It was buildable. It still doesn't look how I want my lashes to look, but I don't hate it. But you can't use this for your lower lash line. That wand is just too big. But I think, yeah, like on my, I just noticed I had mascara right here. On my no makeup days, or like how I was saying, if I would just wear a concealer, I would totally pop this on because I like how it made my lashes look with just one coat. It did keep them curled up, but they still looked natural, and I actually really like that. So I would recommend this mascara for sure, but for like different reasons. Like again, this would not be my everyday mascara. This would be natural, no makeup, or like I was telling you, for castings a lot of the times, or headshots, they're like, oh, little to no makeup. This is one of those products. Next we have the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder Foundation. I definitely want to use this as a powder foundation, so keep a lookout for like a foundation first impression for this, because I want to try more powder foundations. But I don't like this to set my under eyes at all, so I'm gonna pass on that. But I loved how it made my skin look when I pressed it in to set my foundation, so I'm gonna continue to use that for this. Next, my new favorite concealer, I don't think it's full coverage, but you can probably build it up to full coverage, is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Fair 10. I love this. I love this. I'm probably gonna use it for the next couple of weeks. Like, I didn't build it up to full coverage, but I mean, I liked how it looked, so I don't really care. I don't need full coverage like all the time. Like, I don't even necessarily really like full coverage makeup at all in general, but I love this. Like, I think it's just like a smidge thicker than the Maybelline Fit Me. I think that's why I like it so much, but I don't know. I like the applicator. I like that when you pull it out, it's enough to do your whole face and it's not like too much. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the right amount to conceal all the areas. I love this. This is my favorite thing from this whole entire video. Then we have the Jaclyn Hill Baddest Beige Maybelline Lipstick. This is beautiful. Again, I think every skin tone would really like this. You can manipulate it with the color of lip liner you want to use, whether you want to make it super nude or you want to do like a brown lip liner with this. I think that would look beautiful too. So yeah, I really like this shade. I want to pick up a couple more colors of this, and let me know if you guys think that this is just the Whisper lipsticks like repackaged and renamed, because I've convinced myself that that's what's happening. I have the Makeup Revolution Pro 4K blush palette. This is in the shade Peach. I really like this. I'm gonna leave it on my desk and continue to use it for the next couple days. They are so pigmented, but be careful. All you have to do is go in with a light hand, and they did blend out really nice. And I really like the kind of like ombre blush contour thing that I did with this. I think I might actually do that the next couple of times I do my makeup, because I really liked how that looked. And I love this blush topper. I feel like this darker shade right here with this on top would look beautiful on medium to deep skin tones. Oh my goodness, it would look so pretty. Then we have the Makeup Revolution Soph X highlighter palette. I think this is beautiful too. Was I blown away with it? No, not really. But if you could find it at Marshall's for $5 like I saw yesterday, I would totally pick it up. I wouldn't. It's pretty, but just with there being so many highlighters out at the moment and highlighter palettes and it's just craziness, this wouldn't be like a thing I'm like, go buy this right now. You know what I mean? But if you stumble upon it, or if you touch it in Ulta and it's something that you like, definitely pick it up. But it doesn't beat out any other it doesn't trump any other highlighters at the moment. Do you see what I'm saying? So this isn't like a must-have for me, but it's still good. Then we have the Maybelline Master Bronze. Okay, so I like this too, but this is another product that I wouldn't be like, go get this right now. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I got this on sale at Ulta. I would not pay full price for this unless this is something you think that you would use all the time. This is not something that I think I would use all the time. So it's good, but is it like mind-blowing? No, but it's pretty, but I wouldn't pay full price for it. But I still like it. The last thing that I'm going to be talking about is the Rimmel Jewel Rocks Edition eyeshadow palette. So I already went through and told you guys what the duds were and what shades were like the best. So since there is only 2 duds in my opinion, I think it's worth the money if you think you're going to use the colors. If you are not going to use these colors, don't waste your money because it's not worth it. But these blue shades, oh my god, I like can't get over it. Like to me, that makes this palette worth it. So I'm definitely going to be creating a look using these 2 shades right here with maybe like a hot pink lipstick. I need to make a note of that because that would be so beautiful. How beautiful. These 2 shades on this lower lash line on both eyes with like a hot pink lipstick. Oh my god, that would be so beautiful. I'm totally gonna do that. So that's everything for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, let me know if you guys have tried out any of these products in the comments below and what you think. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching me play around with some new makeup products, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.